John Silva proved me wrong over the weekend at UFC 314 where he submitted Bryce Mitchell, choked him unconscious. First he tapped him out, then he put him out. And I gotta be honest, that's almost worse, right? I mean, like, the whole idea of going to sleep and getting choked out is like a valiant thing because I never quit. I never tapped. But Bryce tapped, and then he went to sleep. It's like, bro, you might as well have just held on and went to sleep, you know? So there's that. That's the ego way to look at it. But regardless of that, man, John Silva looked incredible. And I'll be honest with you, I was disappointed in Bryce's performance. I really was. And I think Bryce has been doing too much talking. Too many Theo Von podcasts, too many Tucker Carlson appearances, too many. And enough of that. Like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be this spokesperson? Do you want to be this person who's, trying to be an influencer? Is that what you want to be? Or do you want to be a fighter? Because John Silva's a fighter. And John Silva's a guy who's not doing all these podcasts. John Silva's a guy who's focused. He's dedicated. He has a goal in mind. His goal is to beat people up and win a title eventually and make money, right? Make big money. He said he's on the road to being a millionaire. With the UFC. The UFC is putting him on the road to being a millionaire, and that's the difference in mentality. John Silva stuffed every one of Bryce's takedowns. This is what I said. I predicted that, first of all, I said it was a very close fight. It was about a 50-50 fight. I was wrong. It ended up being, whatever, but I said that Bryce Mitchell would be able to get a takedown. And I think he got like one, but Silva was just right back up. Like, it was crazy. It was such a disparity in the striking, and Bryce knew it and felt it, and he was throwing those, like, kicks and stuff, and they were cool. They were like a little fly buzzing around the lion. Like, Silva was not really affected by it at all. And with that said, Bryce, if he didn't get the takedown, you knew he was going to lose, and not only did he go for the takedown, but Silva had a counter to the takedown, which was the guillotine. The guillotine and ultimately the ninja choke that ended up putting him out. I was disappointed in Bryce. I thought Bryce was going to show up with more to offer, but it kind of looked like how a Kron Gracie fight looks, where it's like, okay, he's attempting to go to the ground. Okay, he can't go to the ground. Okay, he's going to lose. That's where Bryce Mitchell is going. He's going into this level of, okay, if he can't go to the ground, he's going to lose. But now he's not even this guy who can get you to the ground no more. Bryce Mitchell, when he was on the come up, he was someone who was looked at as like, oh man, this guy could really take you down and do some damage on the ground. Well, not against John Silva, man. Not against John Silva at all. And, yeah, physically, I mean, they look like a mismatch. Like, just overall, man, those UFC matchmakers really know what they're doing. And I would say they probably did this as punishment. Dana said this is why. Dana said, listen, we're not going to cut him. He's an idiot. You're going to get a chance to watch this happen. You're going to get a chance to watch him get choked out or knocked out. And that's pretty much what it was. You had Dave Portnoy in there wearing the Israel hat and waving the flag and everything like that, celebrating. You got a lot of people happy that Bryce Mitchell lost, and you got to be honest with yourself. He did it to himself by talking crazy, not knowing how to effectively communicate his point, and just really making an ass out of himself in all regards. Whereas, again, John Silva's laser focused on fighting. He just had a fight 2 months ago. Back in February, he had a fight and he won. He's active. He's got the ball rolling. He's on purpose right now. And he dominated, man. I want to see John Silva fight Yair Rodriguez. Joe Rogan mentioned that, I believe. I also, not for nothing, I want to see all of the fight nerds on the card. I want to see them all on a fight night card in Brazil. Doesn't have to be a pay-per-view. Do a fight night in Brazil. Make one of them the main event. You want to do Kiao Baralio. You want to do the middleweight one? Do the middleweight one because he was the first and they all followed. But do Brazil versus the world. You have a Brazilian card. You bring in a bunch of people and you kind of match make it to where you give them all tune-up fights. Like, I want to see good fights, but at the same time, I want to see them win. Like, I wanna tune in and see the Brazilian crowd erupt because every Brazilian on the fight was winning. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to see, and that's what I think can potentially happen with the Fighting Nerds. That's what they should do to capitalize on that, because these guys are a big deal, and I like this guy. I really do, and I said it in the video that I picked against him with Bryce. Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes I have such an active imagination that sometimes I'm able to picture even the most unlikely of outcomes. Like, I was really able to picture, like, I was picturing Bryce not hurting Silva, but I was picturing him maybe winning a decision where, like, he not laid and prayed, but he was able to take him down and, you know, beat him up a little, because we've never really seen John Silva tested in that way. But he passed it against Bryce. He stuffed all of his takedowns. Bryce had nothing for him, and he looked strong. I mean, the striking, you already know the striking is what it is. But I love this, man. I like seeing this talent from Brazil rise up. I really do. I think Brazilian MMA has a lot to look forward to right now. There was a time where it wasn't so much, right? And you're starting to see the pendulum swing. And at one point in time, it was just Paulo Costa being a goofy meme fighter and kind of a joke. But now you have very serious title contention potential. Title contender potential in John Silva, in Baralio, in Prates, and then there's another guy, I think, that I'm missing, the Rufy too, who got that knockout over Bobby Green, I think it was, right? Was that who it was? Bobby Green with the spinning back kick? That was spectacular. I mean, you know, the sky is the limit for these guys. Put them all on a card together. That's your main card right there. Those are your 4 fights. If you want to do the female one, do the female one, but, you know, whatever on that. I feel like the Fighting Nerds should really be the 4 horsemen. You know, I feel like they're being nice by letting her in the group. That's just my own personal opinion. But, whatever. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, man. Were you happy to see Bryce Mitchell get put to sleep? Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, follow for more, and let me, did I just mess up my outro? I did. Doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. Follow for more. Leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Not let me. Leave a like. Leave a like, let me. Leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. And thank you, because you are all appreciated.